Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
Yes.
Hi, Sergeant Moore. How can I help you?
Hi, Sergeant Moore. I had Officer Kaczynski come out to my house yesterday, last night, and he told me that I broke the law and by filming State Legislator Gary Howell, and I wanted some kind of verification of that, and if so, I need to know if I could be in trouble.
For filming somebody?
Right.
Well, people film us all the time.
I'm just going by what Officer Kaczynski told me last night. He said that I filmed. I don't know how he found out this, but in August I went to State Legislator Gary Howell's town meeting trying to get my issues resolved, and he called the police on me, and I video recorded everything, and
Who called the police on you?
Gary Howell.
Okay, so he probably didn't want him being filmed then, right?
I don't know what. I have no idea what the problem was.
Oh, well, that's something that you'd have to take up with the officers that came out there that day that you were filmed.
Well, I'm just saying, but what Officer Kaczynski said told me that somehow he found out. I don't even know how he found that out, but he said that I filmed a politician, and it was against the law. Now, I don't want to walk out my door if that's the case, because I don't want to be arrested for something, and that's why I'm just trying to get a verification if that's true. I don't know. I'm just going.
Was Gary Howe?
Pardon, ma'am?
It was Gary Howe, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, you said that you were out there filming, and, everybody's protocol is different. I don't know if the state politician doesn't, sometimes when you go to concerts, you can't film. Sometimes when you go to certain places, you can't film. Some places you can video record people.
Sergeant Moore.
Audio record. So I don't know what Mr. Gary Howe, what the politician's policy is against filming. And if he called the police on you that day, they should have told you if it was against the law and if you were going to get charged for it.
No, they just threw me out. They just threw me out. But the problem is Officer Kaczynski somehow found out about that. I don't know how he found that out. Maybe it's true. And I just don't want to. I'm trying to file complaints against DHHS, who's been ignoring me for 2 weeks, and I've got critical needs that are going ignored, and they're giving me the runaround, and I don't want to have if the government's that corrupt, I don't want to be going outside and be arrested for something that I went to film him because I've got critical issues that I can't get resolved, and I've tried every department humanly possible to get my issues.
I do know, Mr. Schwartz, let me cut you off there for a second and add something. I do know that Officer Hagar is doing the best that he can for you, and I've been out there to the residents too. I do know that he had contacted somebody at DHS to try to help you in any way possible if DHS can help you.
Yeah, but you know what they did is they, and no one will address this, and I'm just getting screwed out of it. DHHS installed a water heater that leaked twice because it was improperly installed by a plumber that they forced on me against my will. I had the right to fire that company, and I did, and DHHS took it upon themselves to use that plumber to improperly install a water heater that leaked twice within 2 months apart. And the second time, it was on August 31st. I have videos of the Adult Protective Services guy ignoring the fact that I told them to fix the water heater correctly or it would leak again, and the plumber refused. My house that leaked twice. I've got $15,000 worth of damage. My house, I haven't had running water since November, and DHHS has abandoned me, and so has Adult Protective Services. I've been asking for another agent since November, and they've been ignoring me. The Adult Protective Service agent lied to Leo and said that he had no idea that my water heater was out, and it's a lie because I have emails showing that he knew about it all the way to May. And the DHHS, Rhonda Lansing, lied to this Michigan State Police and told them that they fixed my water heater and my roof in May, and that was a lie. And that's felony perjury according to my research, because this is critical needs that have gone unabated. I've been begging every humanly possible department or agency to look at my case and see what's going on. They destroyed my home. I have no way of getting it. I'm going to be homeless, and they owe me a repair, and what they're doing is they're trying to get me to pay to have it repaired again and forget the initial what happened. And this issue never got resolved, ma'am. They destroyed my home, and they're responsible for it. And I've researched the law to know enough that if I spoke with the right people and if I had a lawyer, I would win this case, but I can't, and instead I'm being ignored and being forced into homelessness. I've got my floors are so bad I'm going to fall through my floor. I can't live this winter, and I got to get out as soon as possible, and I'm being ignored by everybody, by everybody. DHHS, they improperly signed me up for Medicare and I disputed it right from the start. They took it out against my will. I talked to Social Security, Medicare, and they told me that it's true. I have a case for criminal case for felony. Medicare fraud. But they told me that I have to come down to Flint to sign paperwork. Now, I've talked to the woman that Leo told me to call was Rhonda Stoutenberg. I can't remember what her first name is. Her last name is Stoutenberg. He told me to call her, that she might be able to fix my home. I called her. She said to call some APS guy that's the regional manager, that he could help me. I called that guy. He didn't have any clue what was going on. And in the meantime, I've called the 800, their hotline, their 24-hour crisis hotline. This is 13 days ago, and no one's come out. No one's contacted me. I argued with this guy for an hour and a half, and he kept telling me, "There's nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. You're going to have to call that number and keep calling that number." And that's the extent of these critical care services that they're providing. And I'm a disabled senior citizen that I have, according to the ADA and the adult vulnerable, the Michigan model vulnerable adult protocol, and the national model, national adult maltreatment reporting system. I have a right to adequate food, shelter, and medical care, necessary services. These services, activities, that's not good. A safe and stable living condition, a situation where the adult is not in any immediate threat to life, health, or welfare, and it is reasonable to believe that this status will continue in the future. My house is a wreck. I have no way of getting food. I have no transportation. I have no way of getting to my doctors, and I'm being ignored by everybody humanly possible. Now, Leo said that there's nothing he can do because it's not a he can only handle local cases, and I have to go to the state, or I have to go back to DHHS. But according to this is right from this is described in the Social Welfare Act 400.11. Local law enforcement, adult protective services, prosecutors, aging and human services organizations, emergency service providers are involved in vulnerable adults. So far, nobody's gotten involved with me at all. Where has this case been going? Where is local law enforcement? Has anybody talked to the prosecutor? The prosecutor got lied to. I filed a case, and he closed the case based on false information. He didn't know that DHHS lied to the state police, and he didn't know that Adult Protective Services lied to Leo. And he closed that case, and this is regarding my life. And in the meantime, what I'm doing is I'm being made homeless. Where am I supposed to go? I have no place to go. I even asked yesterday, where am I supposed to go? Where would you take me if I asked you if I'm homeless? Where would you take me?
Well, I do know that I came out there to your house with Officer Hagar. We tried to help you. We do know that Meals on Wheels was coming out to your house, and then you declined Meals on Wheels.
No, I didn't decline, ma'am. Here's the situation. I don't. Maybe I didn't explain myself. They were delivering unsanitary open containers, and the provider told me that they hadn't gotten around to fixing the machine. That's unsanitary, and I told them to stop providing that food until you fix that machine and send me a letter saying that you got it, and then start bringing it again. And that's been 6 months. That's been since April, ma'am. So it's not my fault. I did everything possible. I'm not going to eat unsanitary food.
Okay. Well, I know that Leo had, I believe it was last week, he had called down to Dhs and to see if they could reopen another case to come out and look at your home, look at your problems that you have. I don't know what you have going on with your hot water heater, but he did reach out, and a lady should be getting a hold of you. I can't think of what Leo told me her name was.
Yeah, Elaine Stout. Yes, yeah, but ma'am, here's the
she's going to be getting a hold of you and coming out to your house.
Okay, if it's
she's going to see if she can do anything for you. You know, if you need help with food, if you need help with transportation, if you need help getting to the doctor, she's the person that can help you. Okay,
the thing is, if it's Elaine Stoutenberg, that's the person that's been sabotaging me right from the start. She's the one that told. I called their 800 24-hour emergency hotline saying I'm dying, I've got nothing to eat, and they were supposed to be responding. I called back and they said that Elaine Stoutenberg said that there is no immediate crisis because I got a grocery store right across the street. I don't have a grocery store across the street. I'm disabled. I can't walk, and she lied, and they closed the case. Now, according to, I've got a case for Social Security Medicare fraud, and I've talked to Social Security. They said I got to get to Port Huron Social Security office. Now, according to, and I don't have the file handy, but I have, it's reasonable accommodation that I can ask them for a ride to Social Security so I can make a claim for a criminal claim against Rhonda Lansing of DHHS for taking my Social Security against my will. And that's $2,800 that I can get towards my situation. And I called that woman every day last week, I called her seven times on Friday and left messages, and I told her exactly what I need. I gave her the reference number of the I don't know the legal document, and I said, please call me back. That's what I need. And I told her that. I left that message Thursday and Friday. She never called me back. She was in the office all day, and then she's not in Monday. See, that's the kind of results.
Would you like, you know, fortunately I'm working with a partner today. Would you like us to come out and look at your home, look at your fridge, see if you have no food, no water, and then maybe I can pass this on to DHHS?
Well, no, ma'am. What I would like is, and I hope you understand, I am not refusing anything. What I want is I want witnesses and a camera, because I've been getting the runaround, not from you folks, but from everybody else, and I can't trust anybody. I for my own protection, all I'm asking for, if anybody wants to come in my house, they're more than welcome, but I've got to protect myself just like you do, and I don't think it's unreasonable. And that would be just absolutely fine if that somebody would come out, but they have to address the issue. They sent in a plumber that was going out of business at the same time, and that's because the guy did sloppy work. I had 3 master plumbers tell me that they were doing it all wrong and it was going to leak, and it did, and it leaked within 2 months after he had installed it. And it came out, they wouldn't fix the damage the first time, they wouldn't pay for the water bill. All they did is they did a patch on it, and
I can't help you out there. I just know that you gave me the guy's name who supposedly, when he worked here in Lapeer County, and he was in charge of helping out on things like that people couldn't afford. I know that he hired a company to install a hot water tank. It was over a year ago. Now he does not work here in Lapeer County. I want to say he's out in Genesee County.
Yeah, but ma'am, here's the situation.
You understand that the police department cannot do anything. Officer Hagar is going out of his way, and he contacted DHHS. And I understand that you've been calling here every single day, and we cannot do anything for you.
But
you are doing the proper steps.
Okay.
By calling DHHS. And don't keep saying that, you know, they didn't help me out before. We're trying to get them to help you out now.
That's fine. And you know what?
Follow the advice that Officer Hagar gave you.
Well, he didn't give me any advice. I didn't hear that information. But
There's a woman from DHHS that he had called yesterday that
Okay.
is going to try to help you. She's
Okay.
going to be contacting you to come out to your house.
Can I?
It's kind of like reopening your case.
That'd be perfect. That would be fine. The only thing is, can I have witnesses? And if Leo would want to be there, that would be fine too. I just need, because here's what happened. I had Adult Protective Services guy come out twice. This guy was so sleazy. That's the guy that's no longer there. I filmed him twice, and he refused to look at my Social Security. They screwed me twice. They took out $236 out of my Social Security check for June that I had planned on fixing my roof, and because they gave it to me improperly, and then took it back. How can you take back a benefit? And that's why when I finally got a hold of Medicare, they said that's wrong. But I have to get to Port Huron to file a complaint. Sergeant Moore, do you see what I'm talking about? I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making up the fact that they destroyed my house. I'm not making up the fact that I had master plumbers and I had consumers water heater. I had an insurance policy on it, and I had $700 policy on it that DHHS refused to honor. That came out of my pocket. That was money out of my pocket. They took a look at it and they said it was done all wrong. It wasn't done up to code. I called in May. I called DHHS and I said, bring out the building or the building inspector because it wasn't done to code. And they ignored me. They have not done their job, and they put my life in jeopardy and destroyed my home. And if there's any way, all I want, and all I've asked for is a lawyer, because a lawyer could get me through this. But since I can't get that, if I can just get a fair and honest, let me lay out all my paperwork, and I'll show you one by one exactly what happened. I've got every document. I've got every postal mail. They sent me postal mail that was. They sent me a letter stating that I have to get paperwork back within an impossible time frame. But I've got everything documented. They're screwing people over the way they're treating them, and the government. That DHHS and Adult Protective Services in Lapeer County is got horrible problems that need to be solved, and that's something that it has to happen by the government, not me. Does that make sense at all, or?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing is you definitely need to get yourself an attorney and keep in contact with DHHS.
Yeah, but the problem, here's the problem that they've got me. I'm living below the poverty limit. I can't afford an attorney, and I'm a victim of felony torture according to the Michigan law. And I've done the research. No one can tell me that I'm not. They're just ignoring me. When the water heater was installed, it took a month and a half. When I asked for water to survive, I'm disabled. How was I supposed to get water to survive? I asked Rhonda Lansing for water, and she refused. She had that capability to give it to me, and she refused. I asked what was I supposed to do for water to survive, and I was told to go outside.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What can Sergeant Moore do for you today?
No, you know what? No, nothing. Because you sound like you understand, and if that's the case, and if Leo's got that going, that's fine. But that's all I know. And the reason I called is I really don't want to be arrested. I went to this guy for help, and all I did was video him, and I had my case. I didn't do anything illegal. I mean, I didn't do anything wild or crazy. I just tried to present my case, and he threw me out. So.
Yeah, they probably just didn't have, they weren't allowing you to videotape it, and it sounds like if the officers were called and they just threw you out, it sounds like they just wanted you to leave and that there's going to be no charges.
Well, my question is, I'm going to put this on social media, and I don't want to get arrested. And that's the thing. I don't know how Officer Kaczynski found out about that, and I don't know if there's an actual charge against me, and I don't want to put it on Facebook and get busted. I don't want somebody bursting down my door because I did something.
Well, you know what? You know what I would do if I was you? Tomorrow's Monday. Why don't you call the chief of police tomorrow if you have any further questions in reference to any of this? But I would just keep in the back of your head that Officer Hagar is doing everything that he can for you. He's a really nice guy that really cares about people. He went the extra mile to call DHHS to reopen a case, so you're going to be getting contacted by her. You saying that you're not getting help from anybody and you need an attorney to fight this further. then maybe that's what you need to get.
But see, the thing is according to Adult Protective Services manual, in cases of felony torture, I'm entitled to an attorney at no cost. But what they're doing is they're ignoring that fact. And I have pictures. I slipped on the ice and I hurt my. I went to shovel snow. I slipped on the ice. I hurt my back and my neck. That's two internal injuries. The second time I was boiling water to sterilize it, and I scalded my hand. According to Michigan state law, those three elements constitute elements of felony torture, but no one would even respond to it. I sent all my complaints to the prosecutor, and all he said is no crime. I've got no document. I have no proof of anything. And what they said is that if I don't like the prosecutor's answer, then I can appeal it. But then I have to go back to the circuit court, which is in the same building, and it's the same people that if the prosecutors not honest, how can I expect the circuit court to be honest?
Well, I can tell you our prosecutor's office is honest. Circuit courts are honest too. But what you need to do is just be patient. I know Officer Hager and I talked about this, and I know that he reached out to DHHS. Just, if you don't hear from him by Monday, call again up to DHHS, not here. And let them know that you'd like another case reopened.
Yeah, I just hope you understand. He's saying that he'd bring me food and that, but ma'am, I'm a vegan. The only way that I can survive, I don't have medical attention, so I'm surviving on my own. It's by my diet, and it's nice that he'll bring me to soup kitchens or pantries and stuff like that. But I need the kind of food that is a medicine for me. I need to be able to shop, and I need to be able to get toilet paper. I need to get toothpaste. I'm suffering without no basic essentials at all. And if you take a look at,
I totally understand what you're saying, and if I could help you out in any way, I can. But like I said, I do know Leo went the extra mile. Officer Hagar went the extra mile to try to help you out and reopen this case with DHS.
Okay.
So let's just be patient and let them give you a call and get this case reopened and see if they can help you.
That would be absolutely perfect. That's all I'm asking for, Sergeant Moore. And I'm not trying to bother you people, but I'm getting nowhere. And the thing is somebody's got to realize that I have no way out other than death. I mean, there's absolutely no way out other than death, because you can't have a long-term plan in a house that's uninhabitable. There is no long-term plan. The place is a wreck. They destroyed it, and I got to get out of here as soon as possible. That's what I've been trying to do. I'm trying to pack things up and figure out where in the heck I can go. But I have no way of I have no way of shopping for a house or moving any place. It's just I'm caught in a situation that I can't get out of. There's only one way out, and it's death. And I refuse to kill myself. So that's where we're at.
That's not going to happen.
No,
just be patient and have DHS get a hold of you and try to get a ride down to Port Huron and do what you have to do at the.
But you see something though, that's $2,800 that I could get that would really help me out, and that's why this woman knew all about it. But I'm telling you something, DHHS knows exactly what happened, and they're scared because I documented everything. They committed Social Security Medicare fraud, and I don't know how substantial that is, but somebody's covering it up, and you can't tell me that the prosecutor looked at that and either he didn't see it or he didn't look at it or he's corrupt too, because you can't say there is no crime and not even investigate it. My case went nowhere with the state police. I have no idea what happened, and it was just a cover-up, and DHHS lied to the state police. I have proof of that, and I can show it to you. So you can't say that. You can't say that. If you're a police officer and you see another agency that's committing a crime, you can't just ignore it. And I have proof. Right. I have proof of that. And that guy from Adult Protective Services, I videotaped him twice. The second time was on August 31st. He came to my house, and when he and the plumber got done with me, he told me that he was going to take me to the Almont police to file a felony complaint against Rhonda Lansing for felony torture and Social Security fraud. He told me he was going to take me, and then at the last minute he changed his mind. He said, "I can't do it today. I'll have to do it some other day." Then I called him for a month. I was chasing him around. And then after a month he said, "I'm not going to do it. You're going to go on. You're going to have to do it yourself." And that was it. And I have proof of that too. I have a video of that. This guy didn't do his job, and he's a critical care provider that put my life in jeopardy. He didn't do anything for me. That's why if these people did it to me, Officer Moore, they're doing it to other people too, and that's not right. And I pay taxes for this, and so do you. And if you got elderly people, I don't think you'd want to have them be treated like that. I went for help, and instead
let's just be patient, and DHHS, from what I understand, are going to be contacting you and reopening up another.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Sing it with us, everybody. Oh, beautiful spacious skies for